Ollama makes it easy to download large language models and run it locally, which is great for having offline and secure conversations with high-end open source models without having to pay for services like OpenAI. However, no one wants to interact with these models using a terminal. So in this video, we'll set up Open WebUI, which is a beautiful chat interface that integrates perfectly with Ollama. We can select any of the models that we downloaded using Ollama and then start a conversation similar to how ChatGPT works. And it's got all the bells and whistles that you would expect. For instance, we can see all the past conversations, we can also upload files, and even run code using the code interpreter. We can also add additional models to the same conversation, and this allows us to compare the responses between the different models. For instance, let's say, write a snake game in Python, and here we can see the different responses. Llama 3.2 was definitely the fastest, and now Qwen 2.5 and Qwen 2 latest is running as well. Now we can see the response from Qwen 2 coming through, and Qwen 2.5 is still busy. This could also be useful for comparing all of these reasoning models, like QWQ and perhaps DeepSeek R1. Now let's have a look at setting this up locally. I will assume that you are familiar with Ollama. If you're not, it's a fantastic tool that makes it easy to download and run large language models on your own machine. I already have a dedicated video on setting up and using Ollama, so if you want, click on the card on the screen and watch that video first. But we will speedrun the process in this video. Go to ollama.com and simply download and install Ollama for your operating system. After installation is complete, you can download models by going to the model page. You can then search for models or simply click on a model. For instance, let's go to Llama 3.2, and all we have to do is copy this command, and then in your terminal or command prompt, simply paste in that command and press enter. If this is your first time running this command, it will download the model, and afterwards you will be able to send a message. Like, let's just say hello. And if everything was set up correctly, we get this response back. We are now able to use Ollama using different clients. This could be something like N8N, Flowise, code editors, and of course, the reason why you're watching this video, Open WebUI. To set up Open WebUI, you will find a link to this page in the description of this video, or you can click the card that's showing on your screen right now. What we're interested in is the setup instructions. So scrolling down, let's go to the How to Install section. We're not going to follow the Python instructions. Instead, we will use Docker. We will install Docker Desktop in a second, but scrolling down slightly more, we can see different commands for installing Open WebUI. If Ollama is on your computer, then use this command. And since we've just installed Ollama, we could simply run this command. They do have other installation scripts as well, so if Ollama is on a different server, you could use this command instead. That's not what we will do though, but I also want to point out that if you have an NVIDIA GPU, then I highly recommend copying this command instead. So to follow along with this tutorial, you can use this command, and if you do have an NVIDIA GPU, then copy this command instead. Right, but before we copy these commands, we first have to install Docker Desktop. Luckily, that's super simple. Go to docker.com and click on Download Docker Desktop. Select your operating system and simply follow the download instructions. After starting Docker Desktop, you will see this containers page, which at the moment does not contain any containers. So let's set one up. Go ahead and copy this command to set up Open WebUI, then open up your command prompt or terminal, paste in that command, and simply press enter. This will now download the Docker container for Open WebUI and start up the container within Docker Desktop. Let's give this a minute or two to complete. Now that we've downloaded the Open WebUI Docker image, we should be able to see it in Docker Desktop. So if we go to Images, we can see Open WebUI over here. And if we go to Containers, we can see that there's now an Open WebUI container running on port 8080. So we can simply open up localhost port 8080 in the browser, or simply click on this link. You will now be asked to sign up for an account or to sign in with an existing account. And do take note, this is all done locally. and this account information is not stored online. So simply click on sign up, enter your name, email and password, and click on create account. You now have access to Open WebUI. The first thing I like to do is to change to dark mode so I don't blind myself or my viewers. So to do that, you can simply go to your profile, settings, and change the theme to dark mode, light mode, whatever you want. So I'll simply leave it on system, as my system settings are dark mode by default. Now we can select a model, like I've got the latest QWQ reasoning model. I've also got DeepSeek R1, and of course earlier we installed Llama 3.2. Oh, this is actually the vision model, by the way. So what's cool about this model is I can upload an image and then ask questions about that image. Let me show you that in action. So I'm going to upload a file. I'll upload this image with a dog and a frisbee, and let's ask it to describe the image. And we can already see the response streaming in, saying that this is a dog running on a beach with a frisbee flying above its head. These multimodal models are really awesome. And if you also want to download that model, all you have to do is go to models. You can either search for the model or click on vision to only see the vision models. And here you will find Llama 3.2 vision. Then you can simply copy this command, simply paste it into the command prompt and press enter to download this model. And at that point, you can simply refresh Open WebUI and you should see the model in this list. Now let's test a normal chat model. Let's create a new chat and let's switch over to the Llama 3.2 model that we downloaded earlier. Now, of course, we can have a simple conversation with this model as expected, but we can also set a system prompt for this model as well. So we can go to controls and here we can enter a system prompt. A system prompt allows us to define the rules and behavior of our chatbot. For instance, we could say, your name is John, respond like a pirate, and include emojis in your responses. Now, watch what happens when we chat to this model. Let's say, hello there. And now our model is responding like a pirate and including emojis. So this is just a very nice way to set up the persona of the model and define any rules that you want. You can also change other settings, like maybe you don't want to stream the responses for some reason. You can do that here as well. Or maybe you want to disable function calling or whatever else. We can also use reasoning models in Open WebUI as well. Let's start a new chat. And let's select a reasoning model like the DeepSeek R1 model, more specifically the smaller 14 billion parameter distilled model, and let's ask it to plan a trip for us. So let's say, plan a 2-day trip for 2 people to Cape Town with a $1,000 budget. What's unique about the reasoning models is that Open WebUI will in fact show the reasoning steps. So if we expand this thinking button, this will show us the thinking or the reasoning process that the model is currently busy with. So if we just have a quick look at this, it's saying that on day 1, this is what breakfast would cost. We could go up Table Mountain with the cost involved and other expenses like lunch and dinner. And it's also giving us information about day 2. And then it's trying to tally up all the totals. It's saying, oh, I actually made a mistake when sharing costs like the cable car, castle entry, etc. Do we split them? For example, the cable car is this for 2 people, so each would pay half. So it's just recalculating all the costs again, just making sure everything is indeed correct. So after it's completed the reasoning step, it's saying here that it thought for about 3 minutes. It's now generating the final response. We can also add a custom knowledge base to Open WebUI as well. Simply go to Workspace, then go to Knowledge, then click on Add. Let's give our knowledge base a name. I'll simply call this demo and I'll describe it as information about the Oak and Barrel restaurant. Then let's create this knowledge base, and now we can simply add a file to this knowledge base. So I'm going to add this Word document that contains Q&A information about this fictitious restaurant. I'll simply drag and drop that file onto this page. This is now uploaded the document, and now if we want to interact with this document, we can start a new chat, and let's just select a chat model like Llama 3.2, and we can now reference the knowledge base by using hashtag, and now we can either select the knowledge base itself, or we can reference a specific file within the knowledge base. I'll simply select the knowledge base itself. And let's ask, what are the current specials? And this is saying that according to the document, the current special is 50% off steaks and a happy hour between 4 and 6 p.m., which is correct. And it's also showing us where this information came from. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Now that you know how to use Open WebUI, you might be interested to learn how to create your very own models using Ollama. Check out my full video on using Ollama by clicking the card on the screen. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.